In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the ring shape tool that comes with the jewelry kit that I make for Rhino. Before you can use the ring shape tool, you have to make sure that you have a sizing circle already in your Rhino document that was created either by the ring size tool or the ring diameter tool. We'll start off by clicking on the ring shape tool. You'll get the ring shape tool window. And the first thing you want to do is set the sizing circle. So click on this button and then select the sizing circle, and you'll automatically get a preview of the ring shape around the sizing circle. And then we can begin looking at the settings over here. First, there is the mode, and there are 4 different modes to choose from. I have it by default set to full basic because I believe that is the mode that most people are going to use most of the time. But we'll go over all 4 modes. So the first mode is offset. This is the simplest one. It's just a simple offset all the way around. You can use the slider to adjust the thickness, or you can type in a value over here. You can also just use the curve offset or offset curve tool in Rhino and just offset by the sizing circle. It's the same thing. Next we have bottom only, and this just makes an arc around the bottom, and you can choose between arc and ellipse. So arc is an actual arc between that goes through these 3 points. Ellipse means that an ellipse was drawn and then I have cut away the top half of it, and you just have the bottom part of the ellipse. There's a slight difference. If we make the side thickness a little bigger and we set it back to arc, you can see it gets a little thinner right here. And if we set it to ellipse, it gets a little beefier right there. In this mode, we can change the side thickness and the bottom thickness. Okay, next we'll look at full basic. So by full, I mean that we have the bottom part and we have the top part. The ring shape goes all the way around the sizing circle. And again, you can change from arc to ellipse. So arc will get thinner down here and a little thicker up here, and ellipse will do the opposite. Ellipse will get a little thicker in these areas and a little thinner in these areas. It's a very subtle difference, and you may end up having a preference for one way or the other. I tend to prefer arc. It just looks like it's kind of lifted up a little bit. But I have both options there just in case you might prefer one over the other. Again, you can change the side thickness, the bottom thickness. In this one, you can also change the top height and the width. Okay, and if you make the width while you have it set to 0, you may or may not want to use the smooth option. So with smooth turned on, which it is by default, you get a nice round top. If you turn it off, you can see it comes to a point up here. So if you have it set to 0, you might want it turned on smooth, or you might want smooth turned off. For anything where top width is greater than 0, you probably want smooth turned off. It looks like this if you have it turned on. However, there could be some cases where you might want smooth turned on even though you have a top width greater than 0. For instance, you might want a ring that looks like this from the front. But in my whole career of 10 years, I think I only designed 1 or 2 rings that had a shape kind of like that. So it should be rare, but maybe not. It depends on your situation. But like I said, in most cases, if top width is greater than 0, you're probably going to want smooth turned off. And then you may or may not wish to have the tops connected like that. So this would be a great shape, for instance, for a signet ring. Okay, and then finally there's full advanced. Again, full just means that the shape goes all the way around the sizing circle. And here we just have even more settings that we can control. Again, we've got the arc and ellipse like before. You can do the side thickness, you can change the bottom thickness, the top height, and the top width. In this one, I'm going to turn off connect. You can see there's a little white line. That is an indicator to let you know the angle. And it's also, you can see how it affects this part of the curve. This part of the ring shape is a blend between this line and this part of the arc. And so not only do we have the angle that can affect that, you also have the top influence and the side influence. So I'm going to set the angle to something like that, and we'll crank the top influence all the way out. So you can see that with top influence maxed out, it comes way out, follows the angle of this line quite a ways before it attempts to blend into the arc down here. If we switch that and max side influence all the way out, you can see that it follows the angle here at the side of the ring up quite far before it attempts to blend into this little line. Okay, so that's what side influence and top influence do. And just depending on what you're trying to do, you may wish to have a little more side influence or a little less side influence, and the same with the top influence. And if you set the angle to something like this, where it's going to recurve, go the other way, and then come back this way, it'll be even more important probably. You'll probably want to have, in a setup like this where the angle goes kind of the other way, you'll probably want to have less top influence and more side influence. And not only do these two things, or not only does angle, top influence, and side influence affect this shape, but also top height affects that shape and top width. So you can see how this curve gets more and more gentle the taller that we make it and the wider that we make it. Okay, so all of these settings affect this shape right here. So that's the thing about full advanced, is you'll just have to play around with all of these settings till you get a shape that you like. Once you are happy with the shape, you can go ahead and click on Finalize, and it will become part of the Rhino document. It will also create a layer called Ring Shape, which you can turn off if you need to. And that is how you use the Ring Shape tool that comes with the jewelry kit that I make for Rhino.